one of the reasons that I'm here is that I'm a big fan of literacy, of course, and Tim and Daphne do really wonderful work. But a couple of years ago, 2 years ago now, we wanted to celebrate Toni Morrison because her son died. And it was sad. I mean, nobody ever wants to bury a child. And I called Daphne, among other friends, and just said, let's lift her spirit. And Daphne gave an immediate yes, which I so appreciated. And we all read from Toni's work. It's the kind of thing that would only have happened when she passed. So Toni had to laugh. She said, well, I got a eulogy. I said, okay, it was a lot of fun. Maya was our good partner on that. And I don't want to say I owed her, but because I would have come anyway. But we wanted to be a part of, and I do want to be a part of what she's doing. I know that she works with some kids here in Petersburg, and so I'm looking forward to driving over in the fall and working, with them, doing a reading or whatever with them. I'm a writer, and I don't. You know how some kids, they pick up rocks and it's like, ooh, and then they get a little hammer and they start to look at it and they find things. Some kids watch their parents cook and all of a sudden they say, oh, if you put a little more garlic in it, and then next thing you know, they're chefs. And I always like the stories. I'm a Appalachian by birth. I'm from Tennessee, and I always enjoyed listening to stories, and of course being in the mountains, and I think that makes a real big difference. We didn't have television. Television come on like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then it's over at 9 because you're out of. So you got used to sitting on the porch and hearing people tell stories. There were 3. I lived with my grandparents, and there were 3 houses in a row, and they would all sit. My grandmother would sit there and talk to Mrs. White and Mrs. Ector, and they would talk back, and you got used to that. And of course, all of the ladies in the club, so I got used to hearing stories. And Grandpapa, my grandfather, was a Latin teacher at Austin High School, and so I got used to him telling stories. He would tell stories. I don't know. Grandpapa liked me. I don't know why, but he was older than grandmother, so. He had a different kind of patience. And so I grew up hearing stories, and I just love the idea of what's the real story there, what else is going on. Education is important, but there are many different kinds of educations. And I think that again, we want the kids to go to school because they're young, and because if they are not somehow put someplace, awful things are going to happen. We need to do something different because any smart kid is being bored to death, and any dumb kid doesn't know the difference. Oh, I like it. I really, if I had to choose, of course, I'd recommend my 50s because I just really feel, I think 50s are just like the peak. You feel gorgeous and you're having fun and you have your health, and it's going to be after 50 that your health is going to start to be compromised. You're going to have high blood pressure, you're going to get your cancers or whatever it is that you get. But I really love my 50s, but I'm really feeling good with, right now in my 70s. I'm enjoying it. Your mortgage is paid for, your car is paid for, and the dog has a shot. So, you're happy.